What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network. And this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor in case you didn't know. That's icydk.blog. Once again, icydk.blog. Make sure you check them out on the World Wide Web and all mobile devices. So let's get into a few things here. Oh man. We got some good news and we got some bad news. Let's start off with the bad news. Unfortunately, so ASAP Rocky was formally charged with assault. This stemmed from, I believe it was a couple of months ago, where he was back in November, where he was charged. So I'm looking at this article. This is NBC News. So rapper ASAP Rocky was charged Monday with assault and accused of firing a handgun toward a former friend in November 2021. ASAP Rocky, 33, whose real name is Rakim Mayers, is charged with 2 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, the LA District Attorney's Office said. Mayers fired a handgun twice in the direction of a former friend after a heated discussion in Hollywood on November 6. Now, the district attorney's statement makes no mention that anyone was hit. The former friend told police he believed one of the bullets grazed his hand, according to reports. Mayor's attorney Alan Jackson had no immediate comment on charges. Arraignment is scheduled for Wednesday. Now, a district attorney also said the shooting could have ended in tragedy. I mean, ASAP Rocky, you're not a thug. You're not a gangster. I just don't understand what be on these rappers' minds. You just had a new baby with one of the biggest stars in the history of music. And now this. You know, these rappers are going to learn when you're a rapper, your job is to rap, not clap. So hopefully, I wish the best for ASAP Rocky. Hopefully he gets out of this, unscathed. But you can't do things like that, man, and expect to get away with it all the time. You are a rapper, a pretty boy on top of that, no homo. Just rap, bro. Moving on to Megan Thee Stallion with her fine self. Look at her. So Megan Thee Stallion was recently doing an interview with Ebro and Nadeska. And they got on the topic of this narrative that's been floating around that Megan doesn't change her style and Megan doesn't change her flow. So Megan actually commented on that, and here's what she had to say, and then we'll come back and unpack it.
Like the album is more for me than it is for everybody else.
Is there fear in that too, that the audience may not respond to you trying new things musically?
Yes, I feel like for every artist, when everybody knows you for a thing, that's what they like you for. Right. And you got half the people that's your core people, and they want to hear those things from you. Like, girl, this how I talk. And I feel like a lot of people get it confused, like, you got the same flow. I don't have the same flow. I have the same accent. I got the same voice. Like, I don't talk high pitch. I have a deep voice. This is me. And I don't want to.
Now, I halfway agree with Megan where I don't believe that the accent is the issue. I do believe that hate on Megan and this semi-hate train or whatever the case may be is the issue. Now, I would believe that Megan had the same flow if I did not hear hundreds among thousands of people that told me and tried to convince me that Megan Thee Stallion was that next girl up when she was cool with Nicki Minaj. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. Nicki Minaj's fan base is a huge fan base on social media. The moment they started saying Megan only has one flow, Megan never changes her flow, after Megan did WAP with Cardi B, then all of a sudden everybody online started saying that. If you remember, Charlamagne the God, remember a few years back, Charlamagne the God came out and said Nicki's flow is trash. Remember that? and then everybody started saying it online. It only takes one person. Word of mouth is still the biggest form of promotion. It only takes one person with a voice, and then all of a sudden everybody's saying it. And if you listen to Megan Thee Stallion's new album, if you listen to her on the song with Maroon 5 and the song with Ariana Grande, you cannot sit there, if you got two unclogged ears, you cannot sit there and tell me the flow is the same. Second of all, everybody can't be Nicki Minaj. Right? They think that just because Nicki Minaj changes her flow up and change her voice and goes into a British accent and this that, they think that everybody should do that. Everybody can't do that. Everybody's not Nicki Minaj. Other than Nicki Minaj, how many other rappers have a whole bunch of different flows? Not many. Does Lil Durk have a bunch of flows? When she changed the flow on Plan B, they said, oh, yeah, she changed it. But that was Little Kim flow. How was that Little Kim flow? You see how people just say anything and know nothing about music? Little Kim had Biggie's flow. So how was that Little Kim's flow? When Little Kim had Biggie's flow. Biggie had Little Kim rapping like that. So how was that Little Kim's flow? You see, this is the reason why a lot of them don't get along. Because someone DM'd me the other day and said, why can't you just agree with the Barbs for once? No, I'm not going to agree with anybody. Because I have ears. I'm going to listen for myself. And if it makes sense, if you ever see me down in my comments or what have you, if something makes sense, I say, I agree. Go to my comments on YouTube and see how many times I said that to plenty of fans. If you say something that makes sense, I'll say I agree. But if you're just talking out your butt, go grab a bucket of chickens and then start spewing anything, I'm not agreeing with that. Because I have ears. That's why people, they just, damn it, we just can't get him to agree with us. No. Because I got ears. And everybody knows that the only reason that they say that now is because they don't like Megan. Now, did she used to have the same flow and everything? Yes, I used to make fun of it. And when she did, what did I say? I needed Megan to change her flow up. But she changed her flow when everybody was saying, oh, she's not going to be able to rock on the Ariana Grande song with Doja Cat. And she totally changed her flow up. Right? So let's not act like she's never changed her flow. In this new album, I was waiting for somebody to say, and you see the haters still saying, oh, she still sounds the same. Knock it off. You don't have either. You need to go to the ear doctor or you're a hater. Moving on to Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj, she made a comment that has made the headlines on social media when she mentioned the BTS Army. She said that the BTS Army and the Barbs, and she spoke about how powerful they are, and they made Billboard change their rules and metrics. Now, this is not the first time Nicki has made this comment about Billboard and the rule changes. And if you guys remember back when they first happened, what did I tell you guys? I was like, Nicki's fans don't just take it personal, because more than them, Billboard really made the change for who? Who did I say? For the BTS fans. I said that's who they really made the change for, because they don't want BTS debuting at number one. So Nicki Minaj said something very similar to that. We're going to take a listen to what Nicki said.
Was to make it so that never in the history, again, with an artist, or in my case, two artists, if y'all remember what I'm talking about, who were being blackballed at the time, would be able to go number one. The purpose of these rules, and it's not bashing, it's just telling you guys the truth. The purpose of these rules were to make sure that you as an artist will always be in need of radio. And so, if we as a fan base, or let's say BTS as a fan base, I know you guys recently saw what happened with that. If every time we put out a song, we can do what we did with Say So or Trolls, then it takes the power out of certain people's hands, and they don't like that. It's all about power here. And you know that the Barbs have a lot of it.
Now, that was Nicki Minaj speaking on the rule changes and how she feels as though her fan base and the BTS fan base made Billboard change their rules. Here's my take on that. Here's my only issue with that. That might be true. That may be true, but here's my only issue with that. Nicki or any other artist that when they were going number one, all right, when they were going number one, they had no issue with Billboard. They had no issue with any other streaming service or what have you. It's when this stops working for them, then all of a sudden becomes an issue. I'm not saying it's not true, because I said that a long time ago. But you also have to remember something. The reason why they're making these changes is because of the fan bases. All right? The fan bases. And I told you guys that before. I spoke to somebody from Billboard. I know someone on the board. And those two fan bases, milk wasn't clean. That's it. Their milk wasn't clean. When you were able to just buy regularly, and when you were able to just buy regularly, they weren't doing that. They weren't doing that. So that's the reason why the rules keep changing. And that's when these filtering started coming into play and stuff like that. Just go out there and just buy the record regularly. People think that everyone's dumb. Everyone knows that you're not going to play 20 copies of a record. You're not going to do that. So why would you go buy 20 copies of one song? That's manipulation. That's what they're trying to cut down on. That's why they are filtering streams now. That's why they try to limit the amount of mass buying. That's why. I don't just have, and again, yeah, it probably does have something to do with control. They want to get the playing field back to even. That's it. I mean, like I said, I know you guys hate when I tell you the truth, but it's the truth. The fan bases are the ones who made this change. You guys are the reason why these changes are made. Moving on to Neo, and there was an article online, I believe it was Industry on Blast, where they stated they had a transgender woman come forward saying that she was messing with Neo for years and what have you. And Neo went on the platform and was laughing, saying it's the level of cap, because it looks as though like the transgender posted a picture of them and Neo. Now, the picture, you can clearly see Neo is far away from the person. It looks like a person who maybe went on a meet and greet or something, or went to see Neo, and they snapped the picture, or may have seen him out in public, they snapped the picture. I mean, but the story that they were telling, it just sounds so unbelievable. It sounds so, and of course, right along the time that Neo is being, divorced by his wife, and they're hearing all these stories about Neo with women. See, it doesn't support the narrative that's been going around for years that people want to say that Neo is gay. But you see, the more and more they say that, but they never can find anything to back their narrative. So they have no receipts on him being gay. They just want to call him gay. Right? They have nothing to back their receipts. So they got to make stuff like this up to try to convince the audience, oh, this trans woman, and she's got a picture with him, but you could tell from the picture the way, and then she had in the story, she didn't know who Neo was, and I mean, come on, it just doesn't sound believable. How do you not know who Neo is? They said for 6 months they didn't realize that it was Neo. And it was like everybody in the comments were like, yeah, Neo's trifling, but this doesn't sound too believable. And it just goes to show, man, people just want to have their narrative believed. They've been talking about this dude being gay, and they can never produce anything other than, oh, my gaydar is always on point. But the wife is saying he's impregnating strippers, and he keeps cheating on her with prostitutes. I believe if it was a male or transgender, trust me, I believe she would, right now she would love to try to embarrass Neo. But again, man, stop with these narratives if you have no proof. Moving on to T-Swizzle, Taylor Swift. Now, as you know, Taylor Swift is involved in a lawsuit with the producers of the song Players Gonna Play. They claiming that she copied their song, with her smash hit Shake It Off. Players gonna play, 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 play. Haters gonna hate, 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 hate. So they're suing Taylor Swift. Kylie Williams from 3LW, she came on, she posted a message. She said basically she doesn't care that Taylor Swift never heard of her or 3LW. She's not offended by it. But it's just Taylor knows how the music industry works and should tell her fans that 3LW didn't write the song and have nothing to do with the lawsuit, so they can stop harassing 3LW. My take on that is I really don't blame Kylie Williams at all, for coming forth and saying that, these fans always go after, a person they feel as though, is responsible. But most of the time, they'll go after a person that they know they can bully. Kylie Williams right now is not in the music industry. 3LW was long, forgotten by a lot of people. So she's an easy target. She's been a target in the past or what have you. They always made fun of a lisp and send the third. So it's mighty funny that the Taylor Swift fans know who 3LW is because they're making fun of a lisp saying, player please and everything in the comments. So I kind of agree with Kylie Williams. Taylor Swift should come out and say, hey, guys, leave her alone. She doesn't have anything to do with it. It's the producers of the song that is suing me. And then, if they want to go find the producer and harass him, I'm not even going to say that. They shouldn't do that. Stop harassing people altogether. Shouldn't even harass the producer either. It's not the fans' business. All right? So forget that. She should tell the fans, stop harassing people. Let me handle this in the court or what have you. I appreciate your support, but just chill the F out. These fans of these artists, a lot of times they're the reason why people start rooting against their fave. And then they'll be still saying, oh, they just do this so dirty. Oh, the industry is against Taylor. Oh, no, the industry is against you. Most of the time, it's the fan base that gets people rooting against your fave. So, Taylor Swift, do the right thing. Call off the dog. Tell your fans to take a hike. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Hit that notification bell. Thank you for all your support.